oftentimes people that win the lottery are far worse off than they ever were before they won it. They would have been better off if they never won the money, because as Deepak Chopra brilliantly says and points out, is that whatever you don't earn, you will automatically sabotage yourself. When someone acquires more money than they're used to and they did not earn it, they become self-destructive. The money becomes a vehicle for their bad habits and their addictions. And those people oftentimes become more of an asshole than they were before, which is interesting, because then that goes to show that money is neutral. Money just makes you more of what you already are, but it gives you more power, right? More, quotation marks. It gives you more of an allowance to be belligerent if you happen to be that type of person. But maybe you weren't being that person because you were, you didn't have that energy that you could just throw your energy around. But all of a sudden, people get a bunch of energy, they get a bunch of money all of a sudden, and then they start acting out and disrespecting people, and then they self-destruct and hit rock bottom, and hopefully they evolve or recycle off the planet. That's usually what happens. But anyways, if you're truly a good person and you're truly sincere and honest in your heart, when you come into acquisition of more money, that money makes you more available to give and to contribute and create impact and help other people, not to mention yourself as well. And this is the split, right? Because the best natured people among us in humanity oftentimes are the people that are have certain beliefs or feelings around money and feel like it's a detrimental thing. It's not a good thing to have a lot of money. And one of the things that came out of her mouth that we further reframed was this idea that I want to be well off, but I don't want to make too much. And of course, when she said that, I had to inquire further. Well, what exactly is too much? And why would any amount of money be too much? Well, because it would be uncomfortable, right? That's ultimately what that gets down to. It would be uncomfortable to have more money than I'm accustomed to or that I could imagine having. Oftentimes we obsess over the money, but we forget about what the heck are we going to do with the money anyways? Are we just going to hoard it and just, save it in our savings account and just let it build and like feel comfortable and secure because we have a bunch of money in the bank account? No, that's not why we want to create more abundance in our life, is it? It's because we want to use the money for something. So my perspective is actually, let's just take the money conversation off the table for a second and let's focus on what is that you want to create in your life. What do you want to do in your life? What do you want to acquire in your life? What do you want to achieve in your life? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? What kind of contribution and impact and philanthropic ventures do you want to create? What are the issues that you're concerned about? What are the values that you want to bring more into the world? If we focus on that and give our energy to that, then you'll be pretty astounded about how those things manifest. Sometimes things do manifest in our life without us having to pay for them, without us having to use money as a form of exchange. Sometimes money is a middleman. Sometimes you don't need to think about the money. You need to focus on the feeling and embody that feeling as a normal experience and focus on what you actually value, what's actually important to you, because the money isn't actually that important to most people. But the money does become more important when you respect and understand the value of money and what it can do in your life, because it's a tool.